Hello, friends. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And I might be talking to myself tonight, and that's okay, because you can always play this back. Why, might you ask? Because at least in Western New York, I know I reach a lot of people around the world, but at least in Western New York, people are glued to their televisions right now, perhaps in their favorite watering hole, and watching the Buffalo Sabres with the Capricorn moon create a successful game against the Montreal Canadiens. As of this moment, it's 4-1, I think. Or is it 4-0? Anyway, the Buffalo Sabres are doing great. So I'm wearing my approximation of Sabres colors tonight, the blue, and this is kind of like an orangey gold. And yes, go Sabres. Astrological note, I have to bring astrology into everything. The city of Buffalo has a beautiful chart, and its heart of the chart, and the heart of anyone's chart is the moon sign, is in the sign of Capricorn, in the house, using Placidus, of course, of sports. So I've been saying this for many years. I like to take a look at our sports teams. Of course, they have an incorporation chart, but how they reflect the city of Buffalo. I don't know if there's a city around that has such a loyalty, a fealty, a passion for their sports teams, whether it be the Bills, of course, or the Buffalo Sabres, who are really doing fabulous this year, and I think will continue to do very well. But we'll bring the astrology into that as well. So how are you this evening, friends? A couple of you are cutting away from the class. Okay, come on. Ryan's in Syracuse. Are you a Sabres fan, Ryan? Hi, Caroline. Hi, Mary. Is there something going on with Mars? Oh dear. There's always something going on with Mars. Let's talk about the past week in general, okay, Ryan? Hi, Candy. I am doing fantastic. Thank you. Karen Marchese, go Sabres. Yes. Ryan, I mean, you have to breathe the air of the Buffalo area. It's all about the Sabres. I'm sorry if folks who aren't in Buffalo aren't experiencing this. I drove to an office to do my Facebook Live, and there wasn't a soul on the streets because, again, people are huddled around their hearths and their televisions. Of course, a TV is a modern-day hearth, and watching the Sabres, and they're doing fabulous. But let's talk about this past week, friends. I have found with my practice, with my friends, with my family, that this past week was a little tough to answer your question, Ryan, and actually kind of, apply that to your experience. The full moon that we had on Friday was a real doozy. And so I'm just going to remind you, we're in that exhaling period. So May 1st started with a beautiful full moon and Beltane. We talked about that last week. But keeping in mind that was at 11 degrees of Scorpio. So secrets coming uncovered and passions being revealed. And any great passion by its nature is often thwarted, is often not always achieved. It's kind of like my 3.5-year-old grandson, who's all excited when I give him a new Transformer toy. And then within 5 minutes, he says, "Hey, can we go back to Dollar General and get another one?" So it's that type of energy right now. I really want something. And even if I get that something, it might not be good enough. It's the Buddha moon that happens every May. And one of the lessons of Buddhism, and please, if you're Buddhist, please, I'm saying this with all respect, but one of the tenets of Buddhism is the ever-changing need for release and letting go, and the peripheralness of life and non-attachment. I'm going to be talking about non-attachment in just a moment as I bring the charts up, because we had a big event today around 11:34 in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time. Did anyone notice that? It's really fun because I use my ephemeris this way. I'm going about my business. Today was a catch-up day for me, right? Catching up with medical appointments and a nice massage, I must add, which is kind of medical, right? But as I'm running around to seeing these practitioners, it was around 11:30. I was exhausted because I was up at 7, running from appointment to appointment. I tend to tier things on my Wednesdays, my day off from seeing clients usually. And it was around 11:34, and I had forgot momentarily that Pluto had just went retrograde. And I realized in the core of my being that I haven't been perfect in my health practices. It was like this big wake-up call. I am not as disciplined with my walking and my exercise and all the things I'm always telling everybody else to do, right? And it hit me very strongly, and I started, oh, Pluto went retrograde, opposite Hygeia. I'll show you the chart in a moment. So as of today, friends, we might be remembering and reigniting that passion that's good for us as we've let go of passions this past week with the full moon in Scorpio, and reboot what's important in our lives. All right. Kind of like the Buffalo Sabres winning over Montreal Canadiens. So sorry, I just love saying that. The game's not over yet, but they're doing great. So anyone else feel that passionate release, frustration, somewhere around this morning, Eastern Daylight Time, there's a sense of, oh man, I'm not doing what I should be doing, so I better start doing it right now. I'm recommitted. That's what a retrograde does. It rewinds. I'm recommitted to transforming myself. That's the message of the Pluto retrograde. Let's bring some charts into the room, into our stage. Hi, Donna. Hi, Nancy. You experienced that. Okay. You understand what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Oh, you too, Donna Lynn. Hi, Don. Thanks for sharing. Hi, Mary Russo. Yeah, this is my prototype Buffalo Sabres given to me by a wonderful sweetheart of a person in my life. Hi, John. Great to see you. Hey, Gail. Hello. Hello, Carol. Hello, Debbie. Nice to see you all. Donna, Anne-Marie, Ryan. What transformer did you get him? Oh, honey, I don't know. It was I'm not sure I can say this. Of course I can. I'm not, this is not a paid thing. A Dollar General piece of plastic. I don't know what type it was, sweetheart. But if anybody wants to donate their transformers to me, he'll play with them for 5 minutes and then we'll recycle them back to Goodwill. Hi, Paula. Yeah, it was a tough week exactly, Jennifer. A lot of people were reporting that. Hi, Sunshine Summer. In Albany. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Karen. It's Candy. Great to see you. Big hugs and love to you guys. You stubbed your toe in the door. Oh my gosh. Yes. And with your Aquarius, it was a momentarily, I didn't want to hear what you were shouting to the universe when that happened. That hurts. Okay. Here, my friends, is the chart for the Pluto retrograde today, 11:34 Eastern Daylight Time. This is a big deal. Last week, we talked about the big deal of Uranus going into Gemini. So here's our big deal. Pluto has been in the sign of Aquarius, in and out for the past couple of years. It made a commitment to Aquarius on November 20th of 2024, and it's only moved 5 degrees. And today, it started rewinding backwards. And it's going to be retrograde until 10/16. That's nothing unusual. Pluto's a big deal, and it's a faraway planetoid. And when it retrogrades, it's like a half a year. So it gives us that length of time to reconsider what we want to transform in our deepest soul. Oh, I just said the Pluto word, transformer. Of course, my grandson would want a transformer. These are archetypal toys, mind you. And of course, Pluto is the transformer. And so go, friends, to where you have your fixed planets. Fixed planets, reminder to you, are Scorpio and Taurus and Leo and Aquarius. In the earliest degrees, you're being belted. You really are. It's not a scary thing. It's a knock on the universe is knocking on your door saying, let's rewind and transform and fix the things you've been thinking about doing for a while. And this is all under the auspices of the full moon in Scorpio that only happens once a year. So I love the Sabian symbol of 5 degrees of Aquarius. I want to share this with you because it's cool. And this makes me think of that movie what I'm about to share with you, the movie Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut. Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. Very weird, very powerful flick. Anyway, the Sabian symbol is a masked figure performs ritualistic acts in a mystery play. That's the degree of Pluto in Aquarius at 5 degrees. What is that suggesting to us? Whoa. Does anyone else feel like there's a mystery all around us? We don't really know what's going on out there in the big narrative. It's like a play. It's a mystery play. I sometimes feel that way, right? But 5 degrees of Aquarius is that lesson for us. Let me go on. The great mysteries of the past were created by inspired seers and adepts for the purpose of transferring to a mentally conscious and humanly significant group of a group operation. Biological and cosmic energies can thereby be used to ensure that social processes do not lose touch with the deeper realities. Rituals are binding, and often the performers wear masks, for they do not act as human persons, but as focal points for the release of transpersonal energies. So when we are, so that's the interpretation, according to Mark Edmund Jones, of the Sabian symbol, ritualistic things. And by the way, speaking of ritualistic things, the Bilderberg group met in Washington, D.C. Oh, don't get me started. But they did meet, and one of their long-term ongoing people who are part of that elite billionaire group that meets together to talk about policy for the world and for all of us. And no journalists ever cover it. Just look it up, Bilderberg Group, Washington, D.C., and Peter Thiel wasn't there. He's been with every group, but for some reason he was absent. Well, anyway, that's what I'm talking about, this mystery play, the ritual of meeting and so forth. I don't want to get too far afield, but where you find these early degrees of your fixed signs, friends, you're saying to yourself, I have to transform. It's a mystery. I might have to reach out to my deepest part of myself and ritualize by what means. You know what a ritual is that we do probably at least once a day is brushing one's teeth, maybe more. When we develop rituals, things that are habitual over and over and over, then something becomes meaningful and then transformation can happen. So this Pluto going retrograde at the mystery play degree is reminding us to reignite our own rituals for transformation. That's one way of interpreting. Pluto, by the way, is next to Juno, the goddess of partnership. With this shift today, little thoughts coming through our brain might be such as, who is my partner? Who is the one person I can really depend on? How can I change them? Oh, I can't change them? Well, can I change myself? It's about changing and transforming partnerships. If you're not in a partnership that's satisfactory, and really who is 100% of the time, then what can I do to change myself to have myself as my own partner? So this is a deep thing that's going on today. It happened this morning. So moment by moment, and this is a full circle here. I told you I was at my doctor's appointments, and I started beating myself up by saying, man, I haven't been doing this. I haven't been doing that. I do brush my teeth twice a day, but I haven't been doing this. I haven't been doing that. Moment by moment, the moon in Capricorn was opposite Hygeia. So this might be signaling for each of us, what thing can I do to help improve my health? whatever that might be, mind, body, and spirit health. Doesn't have to be limited to physical. So this is our energy for today. Big deal, friends. Pluto goes retrograde. And then the download of all of our hard work and reflection and working on ourselves and working on our shadow and clearing the clutter out of our mind, body, and spirit. In my case, out of my house and my home, recycling, just getting rid of stuff, right? Pluto loves to recycle. By the 16th of October, way in the fall, we're going to say to ourselves, okay, now I have a fresh start. I'm getting some new downloads, but Pluto will still be in the shadow until early part of next year. So then we're really clean and clear of going zippity-doo-dah forward in a new way. So that's our little bonus chart today. And then the other one, of course, is happening. The major chart, the lunation for this week, is taking place on Saturday the 9th, and it takes place at 5:10 p.m. It's the fourth quarter, last quarter of the cycle. 19 degrees of Aquarius, friends. Aquarius again. Pluto went retrograde in Aquarius, but we have the moon in Aquarius. And the moon will be exactly in conjunct Jupiter. Now, that to me can be interpreted, the moon is emotions, Jupiter is big, a big emotional stuck pattern. Oh my gosh, I can't do anything about X, Y, and Z. I can't do anything about that person I need to change. Oh, well, I have to sit with it. I have to understand it, stand under the person and support them no matter what, even if they are not doing what I want them to do. That's just an example, but perhaps a very legitimate one, considering the moon is our emotions, our habits, our feelings, our sensitivity. And in conjunct Jupiter, which is exaggeration, is happening on Saturday this weekend. So it's the whole weekend. Oh, here's an application. Mother's Day is the next day. Oh my gosh. My mother wasn't nice to me, or I'm not nice to my mother. Oh my gosh. So please avoid all that, judgment, because it might seem as though that people are not able to satisfy us with this lunation. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. We don't have to expect our darling children and friends and the public and I'm being silly tonight. You get my drift. No expectations. The gift of detachment is one of the best gifts of Pluto in Aquarius. And now that it is retrograde, it is asking us to create this loving oasis regarding our lives, our goals, the people around us, without being woefully slayed with disappointment if something or someone does not do and live up to our expectations. That's one of the gifts I think of Pluto and Aquarius is giving us. At the same time, this week, starting on Saturday, we have Vesta trining Jupiter. What's Vesta? The spiritual practitioner. What's Jupiter? Big. Practice your spiritual practice, friends. Just practice it. And then Uranus, which we talked about last week, is now in Gemini for the next 7 years. It's going to be opposite Angel. Angel, yeah, there's an asteroid called Angel. So get those divine messages out there. Communicate back and forth and expect to get some response, truly. And one of my least favorite expressions is, it is what it is, but we might learn that this weekend. It is what it is. So don't get, all tied up with yourself. It's not a bad week, but I do love the message behind this lunation. A large white dove bearing a message, and the interpretation is certification. Let's throw some prayers into the big collective and say, stop the wars. A large white dove bearing a message. Plus we have Angel opposite Uranus. Stop the craziness. Stop the wars. We'll see. That's the message for this upcoming week, starting on Saturday. This is how it applies to you. If you are an Aries rising or Aries sun, this beautiful lunation is activating your friends, your groups, your associations, your need to play and have fun and share your ideas with others. If you're Taurus or Taurus rising, step into your leadership or a promotion or a better job. Look at what you want to do in the world, Taurus, and start planning and step into your magnificence. For Gemini or Gemini rising, this upcoming lunation is all about travel, expansion, marketing, or just getting your word out on an everyday basis to your friends and family. If you're Cancer or Cancer rising, it's about power, the dance of power, the dance of spiritual power, financial power, and getting your needs fulfilled, really. And did I miss something? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Oh, the girl can't count sometimes. Hold on just a quick second. If you are a Leo, next is Leo. Leo, you will be looking at ways to maximize your best friend relationships, your partnership relationships, be the person you want to be for your relationships, and trust the rest. If you are a Virgo, then with the Virgo, that's 7, 6, you're going to be doing some rebooting of your health practices. I wrote this too fast. Your health practices, mind, body, and spirit, eating better, sleeping better, and like I was beating myself up with today regarding my walking schedule. Walking is a great exercise. Libra rising, this upcoming energy is asking you to take care of business within the home and the family. The Scorpios, this upcoming week is asking you to do what? To be more cognizant of your friends within the family and your siblings as well, and your neighbors, making painful situations healed and forgiven. And you might be giving that laurel branch. For Sagittarius, this energy is all about you expressing your time management and also watching the words you use, writing, teaching, and exploring. For our beautiful Capricorn friends, this is about your self-worth, your money. And last but not, 2 more to go. Aquarius, all eyes are on you. Step into your charisma, step into your confidence this upcoming week, and be your best version of yourself. It will be easier after this weekend. And last but not least is our beautiful Pisces friends. You get to rest, relax, meditate, pray. Great weekend and great week for that. All right. Hi, Maria, Donna, Lisa, Peggy. Great to see you guys. Penny and Diane. Nice to see you. Mary, nice to see you. Kaylee, hello. Stop the craziness. The world is crazy, right, Mary? Let's send those prayers up. Those angels working. Finding yourself wanting to have fun and prioritizing that. I love that, Angela. Hi, Cindy. Not my monkey. I love it. Okay. Can only control myself. Hard but true. True story. Hello from New Mexico, dear Penny. Thank you. I know I hate that expression too. Okay. And this will be a lucky time for you, Mary. Considering when I say lucky, I'm saying this upcoming week, the moon will be in Aquarius. That's why I just said the Aquarians are stepping into a better version of themselves, basically. All right. And I love that. The Serenity Prayer, Donna. Thank you for quoting that. Linnell, great to see you. Hi, Anne. Yay, Friday birthday for Anne. Yes, fabulous. Contact me directly and I'll do a solar return for you. I'll send you the sheet, Anne. Just give me an email. Hi, Tracy, Jules. Hi, Tracy from Myrtle Beach. All right, friends, let us now do some spiritual work. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. I am with Cindy Claire. May I come to you, Cindy Claire? Just say yes. Yes, yes, or no. Yes, no. Hi, Shirley. Cindy Claire. Hi, Diane B. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, John. Cindy Claire. Jerry, nice to see you, sweetie. Okay, I'm with you, Cindy. My finger came to you. Yes, blessings to all the moms. And if we are not biological or adoptive mom, we are a mother to everybody in some way. Trust me, we all have a moon. We're all very nurturing individuals, men and women. Cindy's, I'm tuning into you, my dear. I'm just getting two mother figures from the other side of life. All right, two of them. I say mother figures because I'm not sure one of them is actually a mom to you, but I'm seeing mother figures is what's coming in here. So I'm seeing a grandmother, and I'm seeing like an aunt or a great aunt who wants to share violet flowers with you. Or maybe they're just violets, African violets. One of them had African violets. That's the validation I'm getting. That's kind of an old-fashioned way of having plants in our households. I don't see a lot of African violets anymore. But this one lovely lady who's coming in from Spirit used to have lots of lights on her living room table, warming up her African violets. But she's giving you the color purple and saying that you're coming into a feisty time of your life when you don't really care what people say or think, and the women are both saying in tandem, that's a fantastic thing. True freedom is not worrying about the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Obviously a Shakespearean educated woman from the other side of life as well. But she's saying to you that you've been changing and transforming in that direction. Please give me feedback on that, Cindy, that you're just like, oh, I don't care. I don't care that, and they don't like me. I don't care. I don't care. If I want to wear purple lipstick, I don't care. But they're giving you the color purple. And number one. Number two, I'm putting a big circle around April. Well, we just left April, but April is a very powerful month for you, especially after the full moon of April 1st. That's when this started, this trend for you to start being your own individualized person. And I'm also getting the name, I think the name is, I don't know if it's the state of Georgia or the name George. I want to give you that with a lot of blessings tonight, and happy Mother's Day to you. And thanks for being here. Okay. Oh, purple is your color. Oh my gosh, your mother had said dishes that were your grandmother's with violets. Well, they're giving you the violets. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Cindy, for being here. Let's do another little read. I love validation. Okay, I am with Ryan Kelly. Hello, Ryan. My thumb came to you, so I'm giving you the thumbs up. Would you like a message, Ryan? Ryan, just say yes or no. Hi, Barbara V. And your daughter lives in Georgia. Okay, full circle. Well, that Capricorn moon is serving us all well tonight, aren't we? Howdy, I have a message for you, Ryan. Thank you for the feedback. Georgia, the state. So maybe a stronger connection with your daughter in the upcoming, the past month. I'm finishing up with Cindy here, Ryan. So thank you so much. Many blessings to you, Cindy. All right, I'm just tuning with Ryan. It's this funny little image for you, Ryan. Thin man. When I say the word thin man, what does that mean to you? I don't know what it means. The Thin Man, I think, was a show in the 1950s, but I was actually seeing a very tall, thin man, exaggerated features, wearing an old derby hat, very tall drink of water, tall and thin. I don't know what the thin man means to you, but I'm giving you that message, the thin man. This is the other side of life, though. This is someone who's giving you, like from the 1950s era. This could be a relative. I'm not going to interpret it for you. I'm just giving you the information. And it's an image for you to remind yourself that you're walking on stilts, that you have a lot more integrity and strength and towering over, not over other people, but over your old version of yourself, that you're stretching yourself in a new way, because the thin lawman is stretching himself. It's like Gumby is the other image that I'm getting. I don't even know who Gumby is. That's my era. But those are the two images I'm giving to you right now from the other side of life. But this is not just an individual soul that's coming through. This is more archetypal, both of these images for you, Ryan. So this could be guides, or this could be archetypal messages that maybe only you understand. Number one. Number two, I know that you have been really a devotee of astrology. You're really embracing its wisdom. And I want you to get this message. This is from Spirit. In your chart, really watch the Pluto cycles, but go back to the Pluto ingresses of the different signs, and then something will trigger within you. It's almost like I'm giving you a lesson to do. Go back when Pluto first went into Sagittarius, right? 1996. Go back to when Pluto first went into Scorpio, 1984, and so forth. Go back in this past century and just do a quick perusal when Pluto went into different signs, and something will trigger in your astrological brain to really understand how astrology works on the collective level, because you're going to be doing a lot more history, merging with your UFO and your spiritual work, and putting a more richer presentation together, whether it be at Lilydale or elsewhere, that you want to know the times and the topics, and using astrology as an evaluative tool, the temperature of the times, and using astrology. It is called mundane astrology, Ryan. I'm getting this from this thin man, and reminding you that you have that ability to do this. I'm also getting a more mundane message for you. It has to do with your house, and one step at a time. Don't worry about all the big things that have to be done. I'm getting the word floors. I'm getting the word floor coverings, but pretty up the little things that are less expensive, and that will make this summer and the spring more delightful within your new abode, and just be very grateful and thankful. And I leave that with many blessings to you, Ryan. All right. Okay. Really? Oh, that's so cool. Thanks for the end of your ET workshop uses astrology and the history of Jesus. Well, I didn't read that, but they're saying you did the right thing, Ryan. Oh, I love it. I love when Spirit talks that way. Okay. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys. And again, I do want to say this very, very strongly, that we have an opportunity to transform ourselves and to grow and change, and please throw out any fear mongering that flows through our very porous brains when we're studying astrology, because if we are a part of the universe made of the same stardust, then it's all going to always be well. All well, always, no matter what the craziness of that matrix is reflecting back to us. So many blessings to you. What's the score now? I got to get back and watch the rest of the game. What's the score? The Sabres score. Go Sabres. Again, the moon is in Capricorn, Buffalo's moon. We're having a lunar return. I think we're going to do it. You're never late, Crystal. I'm glad to see you. Happy Mother's Day to all of you as well. Go Sabres. Happy Mother's Day. And blessings to all of our mothers in spirit. I know mine is Wanda, 2 to 4. Thank you, Peggy. Happy Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to Gaia and Earth Mother as well, and Mother Mary, and the rest of the beautiful goddess energies. Thank you, Donna. See you next week.